This is an ABC Action News investigative report. Patient no more.
At ABC Action News, we're listening to patients.
I would cry at work, I would cry at home.
Your doctor prescribed treatment, but insurance refused to pay.
All of us have been denied life-saving measures, so just make it make sense.
Has it made you think that the whole insurance industry is a scam?
Yes, absolutely. It's like the definition of scam.
This happens more and more, and patients are very frustrated.
It's a national conversation.
Mangione already pleading not guilty to gunning down the CEO just outside that hotel before Christmas.
But we're taking it to the local level.
I'm left out on an island owing $19,000.
As doctors break their silence.
I am tired of you declining my patient's surgery. I am very, very angry.
We're dedicated to getting answers for you and real results.
I could not protect myself, and I couldn't get anywhere without your help.
To explain why those who were denied coverage are patient no more.
Welcome to an ABC Action News investigative special report, Patient No More. I'm Paul LaGrone. Thank you for joining us. It's no secret Floridians are paying a lot for health insurance coverage, but we're exposing the real cost to your health when insurance denies your claim. And in some cases, it is a matter of life and death. At ABC Action News, our team of investigators is digging into the reasons behind these denials. And over the next hour, you will hear from patients across Tampa Bay and doctors who are now fighting back. Plus, you'll find out what happened when we went to the top health insurance companies for answers. Our I-team is taking action for you, amplifying your voice. And we start by listening to the voices of 5 women who share a common fight, their fight against breast cancer, while also fighting the insurance companies.
How many of you spent weeks fighting for coverage? How many of you spent months fighting for coverage? Years? How many are still fighting?
These women are still fighting, and investigative reporter Katie LaGrone listened to their powerful stories. She exposes why their claims were denied, even though the laws are supposed to protect patients.
I feel like a ticking time bomb, and every day without getting the treatment that I need, I feel like there's just cancer everywhere. My name is Rachel Roth McKnight. I was diagnosed at the end of July with invasive ductal carcinoma.
This,
My name's Ashley Fox,
is a small gathering.
diagnosed with invasive ductal carcinoma in June.
No one wants to be a part of.
Stage 2 breast cancer in my left breast, DCIS, when I was 30 years old. It makes me so mad. You can't appreciate what it feels like to be in this situation until you are, right?
That situation.
Go ahead and show us.
I was denied my reconstruction.
I was denied the type of mesh that my doctor recommended. Denied the mesh, radiation, PET scans, and an MRI. My doctor, just wants to make sure that because it is so aggressive that it hasn't spread, and we haven't really been able to look into every avenue yet.
Because the insurance company won't pay for it.
Right.
It's a problem doctors say that's becoming increasingly common. Patients diagnosed with breast cancer, then denied coverage by their insurance companies for treatments and screenings recommended by their physicians.
All of us have been denied life-saving measures, so just make it make sense.
Brittany MacArthur's insurance company refused to cover the cost of a mammogram, even though she had a large lump in her breast and a referral from her doctor. But at 30 years old, Brittany says her insurance company at the time told her she was too young for the life-saving test.
You have to laugh about it because it's crazy.
While it's unclear how often insurance companies cover the costs of cancer treatments, it's also unclear how often they get denied. Last year, 17% of Americans reported insurance denials for care recommended by their doctors, according to a study by the Commonwealth Fund, a nonprofit dedicated to promoting healthcare equity. And too often, doctors say, those denials lead to delays in care.
There's always, it's like this constant continuing loophole that you fall into.
It took nearly 6 months for Nancy Hudson to get her double mastectomy with reconstruction after she was diagnosed, because the mesh her doctor uses, though popular among surgeons, is considered experimental and reason for her insurance carrier to deny coverage. Denise Carrion waited more than a year.
The most frustrating part for me is the fact that this is against the law. This is against federal law. Where does that fit in here?
That federal law, known as the Women's Health and Cancer Rights Act, is supposed to protect patients who choose breast reconstruction after mastectomy. But nearly 30 years after it was passed, advancements in surgeries and treatments have paved the way for insurance company loopholes and denials, leaving Ashley Fox to pay half of her double mastectomy out of pocket.
They were only going to cover the cancerous breast. They would not cover the non-cancerous breast mastectomy.
There's no police. There's no system of enforcing.
Dr. Alicia Billington is a plastic and reconstructive surgeon in St. Pete.
I think it's money. I think it's greed. The crazy thing about that is actually if you don't take care of patients appropriately, it ends up costing us more money because they're going to have to go back and get additional tests. They're going to end up getting more advanced cancer because they haven't had the right procedure done.
Billington now fighting to update state and federal laws to give breast cancer patients more protection.
An angel.
She is.
Ooh. Go ahead. You can come in here and do the hugs. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for everything. I'm so proud of all of you guys.
Most of these women are her patients. She battled insurance to provide coverage for.
How many of you spent weeks fighting for coverage? How many of you spent months fighting for coverage? Years? How many are still fighting?
Past the years.
And how many of you ultimately had to pay something out of pocket? How much?
About 10.
10.
3. So far. I have this fear going forward that I may have to have some other surgeries. We're just at their mercy, and they can deny anything they want.
When all these women want is to beat their disease without getting beat down by insurance.
It's not just patients who are frustrated by health insurance denials. Coming up later, we expose the difficult choices some doctors are now making when insurance just won't pay. Investigator Katie LaGrone is back with a candid conversation. You'll hear from 2 Florida surgeons who made the difficult decision to stop doing some medical procedures. But first, we'll give you a unique perspective on the games behind the claims.
You're talking to someone who is the insider's insider. It all comes down to profit over patient.
And people are dying under this.
Yes.
This doctor reveals the games they play when it comes to your coverage.